Nashville's Rock Station, 102.9 The Buzz. I'm Dagwood. And coming up this weekend over at Zany's, welcome back to Nashville, Christopher Titus.
What a good radio show. Titus and Dagwood in the morning. Hey. How you doing? Or Dagwood and Titus. You give it up your deal. Keep tuning in. By the way, we got tickets for the show at Zany's. Christopher Titus going to be killing it. Come on down. Titus and Dagwood in the morning. Now let's go to the traffic.
Perfect. Wish Michael Wiggins was here. He'd help us out. That's our traffic guy. I want to ask, I was looking at some of your old credits. 21 Jump Street. What did you do?
Dude,
Come on.
Dagwood and Titus in the morning. Let's humiliate Titus. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not done yet.
I know. I got it. Trust me. I actually just went through my head of how many bad things you're going to bring up. I did early on 21 Jump Street. I had to play this basically human tumor. This guy who was like in high school. It was one where Penn Hall flashes back to his high school bully, and I was his high school bully, and I steal his dad's car. And here's the crappy thing about this. So it's one of my first acting jobs. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I have to do this scene at the end where they made me look like a 50-year-old guy. And at the time I was 20 whatever. And I'm smoking, right, in the scene. I don't realize I'm supposed to fake that. So I'm smoking. I don't smoke, but I'm smoking because we have to film it like 4 different ways, and 6 takes each time. So I smoked like 12 cigarettes in the space of about like less than an hour, and I have never been more sick in my life. But I really look like a 40-year-old beat up man. Right. By the end of it, I'm like, "You're really doing good." It's horrible. I actually had cancer cut out the next week.
Well, I had one thing I brought in, and you're probably going to punch me in the face because I'm going to ask you to sign this before you leave since it's Halloween. You get a shot of this for the camera.
Dude, Killer
Clowns from Outer Space.
I have a story about that too. Dude, really? Did you really bring that? We all have that one thing. What's your one thing? What's the thing that you just hate doing early on in your career? Besides working with me, what else?
This is the highlight.
Dagwood and Titus in the morning. Keep tuning in. All right, we're going to be at Wacky's this weekend, passing out drinks and doing a remote. Anyway, so I do Killer Clowns. Now, that was literally my first acting job, and I learned a lot. I walked on set the first day, and I'm standing with this group of actors, and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, yeah, I was in this, and I was in that, and I was in this, and I was like, oh my god, these guys are all great actors. And I go, which part are you playing? Oh, I'm just an extra. They were all extras and stuff, and I realized that it's different. That extras are really like, it's a tough gig. It's a tough gig. So I have lines. My first line is my first scene is I have to drive. Now, again, I'm nervous. I'm like, I got Australia under each armpit. I'm sweating like crazy. And they go, you want to drive this? You're going to drive this Jeep in the scene. We're up on this cliff in Santa Cruz, California. Drive Jeep in the scene, pull up to the edge of the cliff. Then you're gonna get out. You're gonna stand on the Jeep. You're gonna throw a beer to these 2 people. You're gonna say your lines, and you get back in the Jeep, and then you kiss the girl. And I'm like, could we just have something like just I walk in and wave or something? Because that's really hard. I'm already nervous. So they go, action. I drive the Jeep in. I pull up, I jump out, I do my lines, and I say it, and I get back in. Actually, while I'm standing on the Jeep, I didn't pull the emergency brake. Well, the Jeep starts to roll on the edge of this cliff. Now, there's a fence, but I don't realize it's a prop fence. It's made out of balsa wood. So the Jeep hits the fence, and the fence just goes brrr, and the fence literally, it's like, look, it was literally like a Pink Floyd that animated movie because the fence was elastic. It was just moving. And I hear the director go, cut! And these 3 guys run full speed towards us in the Jeep. They grab me, they throw me out, they pull the emergency brake, they grab the girl, they throw her out, and everyone's going, and I go, what? And he goes, it's a prop fence, idiot! So my very first take in movies ever, I almost drove a Jeep off a cliff and killed a girl.
Did you think that was it for you?
I thought, I like this.
Well, you're in a Halloween horror movie classic.
I am, and you know what's weird is that they did, when I was first in it, I filmed it, because I'm young, and it's goofy looking. Have you seen me in it?
At first, I didn't even realize it was you.
Yeah.
And then when I bought the DVD, I'm watching it, and I'm going, wait a minute, that guy looks familiar.
That's freaking Titus. Yeah. I go, one of the lines is, wow, check this out. I'm literally playing the 17-year-old character Titus I played in my Titus. So anyways, I do the movie, and the weird thing is, like, when I first did it, I was only in 2 scenes. And then I got my TV show, and the special edition came out, and I watched it, and I was like, I'm in every scene I filmed. Like, every piece of film they shot of me, I'm in now.
Right, so it's like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, starring Christopher Titus.
Yeah, with Christopher Titus in it. Yeah.
All right, well, you're going to be at Zany's this weekend, Zany's.com for tickets.
Yeah, thanks for humiliating me. Appreciate it. There's
anytime.
Why don't you bring up my divorce, too? Let's talk about that for an hour.
Speaking of that, I want to ask you real quick.
I wrote this show about like what it means to live life, and there's the only story I have about my dad in it. My dad had an ED problem. And my father, okay, so I guess there's an age we all get to where you don't care. You're already at that age because you don't care what you say. You just say whatever. Hey, let me bring up the most horrible thing that ever happened. And let's talk about that, Titus. Dagwood and Titus in the morning that you're listening to. So, my dad, we're walking through this car show one day because my dad and I used to get in fist fights all the time. And I mean white trash, chair breaking brawls. But the one place we got along was the Oakland Roadster Show. Every year they had this big car show where all the best cars of the country come around in this big show. So we'd go to that. We're walking to the show one day, and my dad got married like 6 times, which means he did a lot of sampling. Okay. My dad died with an enlarged heart and a normal prostate because he had sex all the time. No, my dad had so many women, Wilt Chamberlain used to call him for tips, and never got an STD. Magic Johnson's got to be pissed. So we're walking to this car show one day, and my dad just blurts this out. He goes, I can't get hard anymore. And I'm like, and I'm just standing, we're in public, like we're outside. I go, what do you want me to do? And here? He goes, nah, my new wife, though, my 6th wife likes a lot of sex, likes a lot of different positions. I'm like, okay, stop right there, Dad. You're 53, she's 60. You're talking about 2 old people doing it. One of them's my dad. Yeah, I just got cancer. Thanks for that. And I go, I don't want to talk about it. And he goes, the problem is, they got this new drug. And I go, good, solution, good. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And this is before Viagra came out in pill form. And my dad goes, the problem with this drug is it's in liquid form, and you got to take a syringe, and you got to fill up the syringe, and then you got to take the syringe, and you got to shoot it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know where you shoot it. Stop talking. No, you really, Dad, stop. And I walk across, and he just yells this out. I walk away from him. I'm going, la, la, la. I don't want to hear I know what he's going to tell me. I don't want to hear it. He just yells it out. Got to shoot it into your penis. Dad, we're in public. What are you doing? What, they have penises? Dad, shut up. So then then he says something that will forever be burned in my brain. He goes, the first time I used it, I didn't have my reading glasses. And now I'm like, what? And then I think, I have to hear the story now. I don't want to hear the story, but now I have to hear it. It's like watching 2 trains crash. Right. Oh, it's going to be horrible. I got to watch. He goes, the prescription bottle said use 10 cc's, but I thought it said use 100 cc's. And I did what you just did. I started to horror laugh. You know, when it's horror laugh is when something horrible happened to someone else and you can laugh about it. It's like, oh. He goes, I shot it in. Ugh. And by the way, anybody listening, you think you like sex? I think my dad just set the bar. You gotta like sex to take a needle. Okay, so anyway, he goes, I shot it in, and my dad says this. He goes, in about 11 minutes, everything started pulling so hard. I'm not making this up. This is word for word. He goes, it felt like someone had unzipped my anus.
Still in public.
Yeah, we're just talking out in public. And at this point, I'm in this weird, it's funny. I realized my dad was being funny. He didn't know he was being funny. My dad was that kind of guy. And then he says, 5 hours later, it turned black. Wait. And not in the good way. What? What the hell does that mean, Dad? I'm not kidding.